Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine at home. Today I am going to discuss with you about the various figures of speech that are used in English grammar. You might have already learnt about the various parts of speech when you were in lower standards. Parts of speech are noun, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, preposition, conjunction and interjection. These are the 8 parts of speech. Today I am not going to discuss about the parts of speech. I will share with you few figures of speech. There are various figures of speech, but I am going to discuss only about 5 of them. So first I will say, what is a figure of speech? A figure of speech means any sentence or phrase that possesses a different meaning as compared to its literal definition. For example, the first figure of speech which I am going to talk about is simile. Whenever you are reading a poem, you come across different words, different sentences and different phrases. Each sentence belongs to a particular figure of speech. So how will you identify to which figure of speech it belongs? So contending to that, I will tell you about the 5 figure of speech today. The first one is simile. What is a simile? Keep in mind, simile means a direct comparison of a person to any other object or any quality. The sentence goes, first sentence I will give you, the girl looks as beautiful as a rose. As you have heard, the girl looks as beautiful as a rose. The beauty of a girl is compared to the beauty of a rose. So, directly I am comparing the girl's beauty to the beauty of a rose. And the main keyword on which you need to focus is as. Whenever you see the word as, it should strike to your mind that it is a simile. One more sentence I will give you. The boy looks like a king. The boy looks like a king. The boy is compared with a king, and I have used the word like. So whenever there is a word like or as in a sentence, you should immediately think that it is a simile. Once again I will repeat, there will be a direct comparison of any other human being or any other thing. Both will be compared with each other, and 2 words on which you need to focus is like and as. Whenever you see these words like and as, it is a simile. Now the second one. The second figure of speech which I am going to discuss is metaphor. There is not much difference between a simile and a metaphor, but there is a difference. The difference is that there will be an indirect comparison between a person or any inanimate object. And the main difference is that in this type of sentence, there will be no like or no as. These 2 words will not be used. There will be an indirect comparison. For example, if I am saying, the camel is the sheep of the desert. I am comparing camel with the sheep of the desert, but there is no word like or as. I am not using the word like or as. I am indirectly comparing the camel is the sheep of the desert. So I haven't used the word like or as. Okay. Now let us sum up with both of those figures of speech, simile and metaphor. Simile, we will use the word like and as. Metaphor, we will not use the word like and as. Simile is direct comparison and metaphor is indirect comparison, as simple as that. Now let's move on. The third figure of speech is personification. As the word symbolifies, the word, as you can read it, personification, you can break it and see the word person in that. Person means a human being. So in these kinds of sentences, you can see that any inanimate object, means we can say that non-living thing or any inanimate object is given the human quality. For example, the human qualities are like singing, dancing, eating. All these qualities a human possesses, these are the actions which a human does. But when I say that the trees were swaying their hands in the wind, the trees are inanimate objects. So I am giving tree and a human quality of swaying their hands. The flood rivers swallowed the big trees. If I am saying that the flood rivers swallowed the big trees, the flood rivers cannot swallow the big trees. Swallowing is a human quality, but still I am giving this human quality to the rivers. So what I am doing is I am personifying any inanimate object. In short, I can say that any non-living thing is given a human quality. It will be known as personification. Let's move on. Next one is onomatopoeia. I will repeat again. The next figure of speech is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a very simple figure of speech. The name is complicated, but it is a very simple figure of speech. Just you have to keep in mind that onomatopoeia means whenever in a sentence it indicates any kind of sound. For example, the bells are ringing, means bells make sound. The bees are buzzing. Whenever you can see a honeybee, it makes a buzzing sound. So whenever it indicates a sound, any sentence indicates a sound, it is known as onomatopoeia. Once again I will repeat, whenever in any sentence you can see that it is indicating any kind of sound, it is known as onomatopoeia. Now next figure of speech and the final one is alliteration. Alliteration means that it is very simple. In any sentence, if there is any repetition of any vowel or consonant sound, a single letter or a single sound is repeated, then it is known as alliteration. For example, if I am saying that Betty bought some bitter butter, but the butter was so bitter that she couldn't taste the butter. It is a tongue twister as well. I will repeat again. Betty bought some bitter butter, but the butter was so bitter that she couldn't taste the butter. So friends, what is getting repeated in this sentence? Yes, you are right. The sound B is getting repeated in this sentence. So this sentence is an alliteration sentence. So you can say that the figure of speech to which this sentence belongs is alliteration. Roaring rain in the river. Roaring rain in the river. Which sound is getting repeated in this sentence, students? Yes, you are right. It is the sound R or the letter R. It's very simple. You just have to focus on the sound which is getting repeated. If any kind of sound is getting repeated, it belongs to alliteration. So these are the 5 figure of speech, students. Once again I am going to repeat. It's a simile, metaphor, personification, onomatopoeia and alliteration. These are the 5 figure of speech which I have discussed today. There are various other figures of speech which I will tell to you in my later in my video. Today I will just focus on these 5 because it will be very difficult for you. If I am discussing all the figure of speech, you will get confused. So today just focus on these 5 figures of speech. They are, once again I will repeat, simile, metaphor, personification, onomatopoeia and alliteration. All the best. Just go through your textbook. In the poem you can find out various figures of speech and write down every one. Thank you.